What country are we living in? What country is this? Oh, it's the United States. Here in the United States, we don't try and find ways to take away rights from people. We try and give people as many rights as humanly possible without skirting a line, whether it be unprofessional or illegal. You made a couple very interesting points there, and I'm going to dissect that one like a frog in biology class later. That's too easy for me to start with. But where I want to start right here is, let's think about this. What do these coaches and athletes, because I'm going to throw coaches in there, what do these coaches and athletes already do? What are they paid to do? They're paid to win. And I'm going to lay out, once we get into the meat of this, my theory, my structure on how we can do this without making it more nefarious or having to add huge machinery into it. The right to bet on your team to win should be allowed, because if it is a money line bet, I'm not saying with the spread. You can never bet the spread with your team. If you want to bet any other team, that's fine in my opinion, because again, we talk about malfeasance and manipulation. What do people want? The stuff they can't get. Look at the prohibition. Look what happened with alcohol. You tell somebody they can't have something, they're going to find a way to get it. Look at marijuana. You tell somebody it's illegal, they're going to go buy a sack from somebody on the street, and now you have a dispensary, now you can go get it legally. Sometimes people don't want it as bad if you can get it legally. So I don't think you can prevent any manipulation from happening by telling somebody they can't do something. Because even if they're not allowed to bet on their own team, you don't think they're going to tell their buddy, or they're going to have their buddy tell another buddy? Now you're having to outsource your gambling to somebody else to make a profit that you're going to get illegally. Instead of being able to do it yourself within the parameters of what I'm going to lay out, it's going to make a ton of sense. You're not preventing anything. You're not preventing anything. You're making people want to do something they can't do, which never works. Ask anybody who's had to raise a daughter. Here's what I'm saying. If you're a player or a coach on a team, let's just say, just for laughs and giggles, that it's the Falcons, like Calvin Ridley. And I do also want to say, I know it's the rule now. And if you broke the rule, you should be punished, because it is a rule now. It was a rule when Pete Rose did it. I'm not saying they shouldn't be punished, but I'm saying we should change the rule. I'm going to go ahead and get that out there. But if you're a player or a coach, let's say you're for the Falcons, you're in the NFL. If you want to bet on your team, there is no player props. There's nothing like that on your own team. For other teams that are playing, you can bet whatever you want, because that information is going to get out regardless. Because if we're going to start saying the players can't do it, then the trainers can't do it.
They can't.
But the trainers are.
Your Honor.
But goodness gracious.
Cone, you will be deducted points in this argument if you keep it.
I'm just saying that's.
I'm trying to.
Please, Cone.
Goodness gracious. What I'm saying is, I know there's an organization-wide ban, but that doesn't keep information from getting out. You're not keeping the flow of information from leaving the building because you're telling somebody you can't bet. If you don't think these people aren't telling their cousin who bets, and he's telling his buddy, and they're probably taking a cut from it at some point in the other, that's happening. But my rule is this: if you're going to bet on your team, it has to be money line, not -2, not -4. There's not a player prop that somebody's going to get 8 rebounds if you're an NBA team or whatever. If you're going to bet on your team, it has to be money line, because you're trying to win anyway. You're paid to win anyway. You got a hell of a lot more money riding on you being able to win as a manager and a player, to be able to keep playing in the league, to be able to keep getting a bigger contract, to be able to keep performing, than you are for a bet you're doing on the side. So you're not preventing anything. Any other team, if you're on the Falcons and the Packers are playing the Rams, you can bet whatever on there, because it's not going to affect it. It's not going to affect it at all. You're not preventing anything by telling somebody they can't do it. You'll never stop the flow of information. Give them an opportunity. We know how to track it. That's how they found out about Calvin Ridley. If you want to be a player or a manager and you want to sign up to gamble, Charlie Blackmon from the Major League Baseball just became the first Major League Baseball player to sign a sports gambling.
Order, honorable gentleman Jake, order, well done.
Hey everybody, if you like what you're hearing, go ahead and ring that bell. We're excited to be here. It's Crain and Company live 2 to 3 Central daily. Ring that bell. I want to hear it from coast to coast.